Here's a good redneck joke. Bubba and his three brothers Billy, Buck, and Bob were driving their brand new truck one when suddenly they were rear-ended by an old man. Furious, they pulled over and were about to beat him up. The old man said, "Hold on, this is unfair. There are 4 of you and I'm just a weak old man." Bubba said, "You're right. Billy and Bob, you two fight on his side to make it even." Buck replied, "But now it's 3 versus 2. Bob thought for a moment, then said to the old man, "You go home. We'll sort this out between ourselves." A lawyer from California was duck hunting near a farm. The lawyer was a bad shot and scared all the ducks into the air. One finally landed on the fence of the farm. The lawyer took aim and fired. The duck fell onto the dirt on the other side of the fence. The lawyer, excited, rushed over to the fence, only to find the farmer holding the duck by its legs. "That is my duck, sir," said the lawyer. "It fell on my property. Looks like it's my duck," replied the farmer. After a little arguing, the lawyer told the farmer that he would sue him if he didn't hand over the duck. The farmer said, "Well, son, you ain't from around here, so I wouldn't expect you to understand how we do things here in Texas." "Okay, how do you do things in the backwoods?" asked the lawyer, 3-kick rule boy. "I kick you 3 times since this is my property, then you get to kick me 3 times. We keep on going until one of us gives up, assuming he could outkick the fragile old man." The lawyer agreed. He stood tall and let the farmer go first. The farmer's first kick with his heavy boots landed between the lawyer's balls. It dropped him to all 4s. The second kick nearly tore his nose off, and the third kick hit him square in the gut. After a moment, the lawyer arose and gathered all of his strength. "All right, you old hick, my turn," he said. "Nah, son," said the farmer. "I give up. Take your duck." Here is a joke you don't tell your wife. So my father had his 67th birthday last week. I had no idea what to buy him, so I decided to give him some cash. I shook his hand, then gave him $250 and told him to go buy yourself something that will make your life easier. Last night I dropped into his house and had to ask him exactly what he had bought to make his life easier. He looked at me and said, "A present for your mother?" Here's a good Halloween joke. I was invited to a Halloween party and had to decide on a costume to wear. Eventually, I decided to dress all in white. A white shirt, a pair of white pants, and even white shoes. I arrived at the party and found the bar. Just then, a young lady came up to me and said, "Sorry, I have to know what you were dressed as you." "I'm dressed as Coke," I replied. "Coke," she said, with a raised eyebrow. "Why is that?" I looked at her and said, "Well, I was really hoping that someone would do me in the bathroom. Back in the day, the King of France, the King of England, and the King of Spain are having an argument over who has the biggest tool. Eventually, they decide to let the people judge. They all stand on a stage in front of the people and drop their pants one by one. The King of France drops his pants and the French crowd shouts Viva la France. The King of Spain drops his pants and the Spanish crowd shouts Viva la Hispana. The King of England drops his pants, but there is a long silence from the crowd. And then everybody in the crowd starts shouting, God save the Queen.